Hey everybody, welcome back. Second semester for Theater 1. Please watch the whole video. Let's make that a goal. If you are watching videos, let's watch them all the way to the end because I explain what we need to do to get the work in, to get it in on time and get it done correctly, okay? So we are going to start working on script analysis, character development, memorization, sort of taking everything and the games we've played and stuff, and now translating that to actually acting on stage, okay? So that's where we're at this 6 weeks. Hopefully by the end of the 6 weeks, we have some sort of production or something that we've done together that we'll be able to complete and share and show, okay? So we're going to start that with what we do in every Viking theater production. If you get cast, you get a book or a packet of just work that you should do on your own. If you want to get good at theater, if you want to get good at anything, you need to put in the work. My daughter's working on Spelling Bee right now. She's in 4th grade. And we had a conversation. I told her, I said, you know, if you want to get good at this, you can't just spell when mom or dad is right there trying to get you to spell the words. Like, you need to go and be practicing and going over your stuff. You have to do it on your own if you want to do well. The same is true in theater. If you want to do well and you want to, you know, be good at acting, you want to be famous one day, you want to be on a Netflix series, you have to put in the work. And it's not just going to happen, and you can't just do it when other people are around. You have to want it bad enough that you work on it, okay? So we're going to put in some work and talk through that today. So you're going to get a script. On that script, you will choose a character, okay? So we have Odd Couple female version and the male version. You can choose whichever. They're pretty similar. And then there's Felix and Oscar and I don't remember the girl names right now. Let me see if I have it. This may be it. Let's see. Olive and Florence. So you can choose whichever character from the scenes that are posted, and you'll have to choose one scene right now, okay? So you're going to choose one of those, and you're going to have this script work page, all right? So on the script work page, you can print it out or you can type on it. You're going to fill this out completely, okay? So you're going to make a copy. You're going to put your name. The show is The Odd Couple, and then which character you choose to play. And then we're going to go through step by step, and we're going to do work in the script, okay? So this should take a good amount of time. This isn't something you can fly through. It's not something that should be easy. So step 1 is going to be reading the script. So my expectation is that you are reading the whole script, okay? So if you are in class, you can do this with a partner and have someone else be the other part, find that, and read through the script together, okay? Step 2 is if there's any language that's not classroom appropriate in a script, we just ask that you substitute, okay? You're all old enough that you can cross out. And so language would be anything, right? Like we don't want to say the F word, the A word. I would say even the D and the H, like let's just substitute everything out when we're in the classroom, okay? So substituting language, read through it out loud. So you've done that. I'll pause so you can pause and do that. And then you press play. And here we are. So then you're going to go through this step by step. So let's just walk through and look. It says in your script, look through stage directions and highlight anything important. So you're going to need a highlighter. You're going to need a pencil, okay, not a pen on your script. And that's because we use a pencil because things could change. And if things change, you want to be able to erase them, to mark it out easily and not get ink everywhere, okay? So in your script, look through stage directions, highlight anything important for the story of your character. So if you think it's important for you to know, get a highlighter, mark it out, especially stuff that you may not talk about. Like if you're supposed to get up and get a plate of spaghetti or get up and get the vacuum, but no one tells you to do that, but the stage direction says get up and get it, or you have a line and you're like, here, take this magazine. Well, when did you pick it up, right? So you need to highlight that kind of stuff so you can plan it, okay? But if there's other stuff that's not as important that it just tells you like enter stage left, well, that's not really important necessarily because that could change. The director could change that. You and your acting partner could try something new and you may not end up entering stage left. So you have to determine what's important and what's needed for you to act the scene well and highlight it. Number 2, on lines that don't say it, figure out who you're talking to. So who are you talking to in your scene? If you're confused by something, put an asterisk by lines or things that are confusing. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what it's about. And then you just need to go back and look at it sort of in sections and say, okay, what am I talking about right here? What's the theme or the main idea? And when that main idea changes, then say, okay, but here I'm talking about this. And you can write that down on the script work. You can also write it in your script, just on the sides, okay? What does your character observe? So what do they see happening in the background, or what are they watching that maybe they don't talk about, but they saw that it happened and they know, and it's a trigger for them, okay? Triggers are things that make us react, right? We all have triggers. We memorize lines in a script, but we have to internalize triggers. What are the things that causes our character to react? So we write those down. Number 3. Go through and make a list of any words you are unsure how to say or unsure of their meaning. Get a dictionary and find it out. So if you don't know what a word means, you need to write it in this section, and then you need to Google and find the definition and figure out what the word means. If you don't know how to pronounce a word correctly, you need to write it down, and you need to go to Google, and you need to find the pronunciation of the word, okay? Underline lines that communicate subtext. Subtext is what you're feeling, not necessarily what you're saying. So if I say, how are you doing today? And you're like, I'm good. Well, your subtext tells me you don't feel good. You're saying you're good, but you don't feel good. So we have to find the lines that communicate the subtext, okay? What does your character feel? And what you're doing is you're going to underline things that sort of clue us in that there's some subtext here. So there's some things that aren't being said, but are being felt, okay? So you need to find those in your script. Number 5, in the script, you will put a slash between any significant changes in tone or character development. When there's a difference in tone, a difference in argument, when things change, when your character wants something and gets it, or wants something and doesn't get it, there's a slash, because then things are going to change after that moment. And so we put slashes in for that. For each line or sentence, you're going to put a square around the important words to hit vocally. So if you feel like there is in every line that you have, you need to figure out what's the important part of this line. What is, and if the whole line's important, if there's certain words or phrases, you need to put a square around what you think are the important words or sections to hit vocally, right? So if I say stop what you are doing, okay? If the important part is stop, then it would be stop what you're doing, right? If the important part is what, right? Stop what you're doing. The important part is you. Now, we always assume a lot of times whenever we do this, everyone thinks that the yous and the I's are the most important part. I would say don't do that, right? Fight that, right? Because stop what you're doing. Well, yes, that's a natural way. The you is an easy one, but stop what you're doing, right? Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Every word. So play with it, okay? The more interesting things you can do vocally, the more interesting things happen in the scene. And it all gives your partner something to react against, because acting is reacting. And so you want to give them something good to react against. Number 7, you're going to write these in this little section here, but ask questions about your character and the other characters you see with. Don't answer these in a critical way. Don't be judgmental about the scene, but you need to just answer the story. Who are they? What are they talking about? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? When is this happening? Where are we? Where are we going? Where did we just come from? How is this all happening? Is it happening in reality? Is it happening sort of in another world? And you just sort of answer these questions. And it's sort of general, but it's giving you direction of sort of what you should be feeling, where you're going, what are things that are affecting you about the environment. And you're going to answer that sort of right here. Number 8, figure out what your character wants. When do they get it or not get it? And when do they change what they want? So think in terms of micro wants here. What is the smallest thing your character wants to in this scene, okay? My character wants quiet. So if I want quiet, just be quiet, right? So how am I going to get the other person to be quiet? I'm going to tell them. Am I going to walk out of the room? Do I put my fingers in my ears? So what can I do? And so then my character wants quiet because they want the other person to shut up, right? So now this is a bigger want, and so that gives me something to play against. And so you think of that like my character wants to eat. My character wants, and we fill in the blank. What does your character want? And the final part, number 9, says circle the parts where you can push yourself as an actor or that seem challenging. So if there are parts in the script that seem challenging to you, you need to circle those, okay? Or that you're like, I don't know if I can do this part. Like I have to yell or I have to shout or I have to like sort of be really like broken internally. Like what pushes you as an actor? Circle those because you know they're going to be challenges. And now you know, okay, I need to work up to those. And sometimes I need to come back down from those. So what do those look like? And so you're going to turn in this paper that you're going to have some things written on or typed in. You're going to also turn in your script or a picture of your script that you've shown sort of where you've slashed, where you've circled, where there's script that you've made notes on. And that's the assignment. This should take you, probably about an hour, hour and a half to work through this well. Okay? So don't rush through this. This is all work. But it's also, we're going to play these in class. So you're going to be memorizing the scene. You're going to be working on it in class to perform in front of other people. And if you're an online student, I may assign 2 online students so that you guys connect, and then you will be performing it via online, and we'll be reviewing that in class as well. So this is the beginning, the basics of where we're going this 6 weeks in this semester. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Right now, if you're like, oh, there's no way I can memorize this. There's no way I can do this. Don't do that. Don't worry about the memorizing, okay? Let's go step by step. Today's step is just doing the script work, okay? I will let you guys know the next step as we continue on this tomorrow. Thanks.